My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Every single week, we break down full UFC fight cards. We give you our bets, we give you our picks, and we give you our fantasy plays. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content. And this video is brought to you by BETU Play to Earn. It is the world's first play-to-earn sports and esports betting game. Check it out now at betuearn.com. That's bet, the letter U, earn.com. Next up, at UFC Vegas 49, we have the main event of the evening. We have Islam Makhachev taking on Bobby Green. Islam Makhachev, 21-1 overall, 5-0 in his last five, and his lone career loss was a flash knockout in 2015. Bobby Green, 29-12, 3-2 in his last five, and he's coming off that awesome win, a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Something like that. He's coming out of that awesome win over Nasrat Haqparast. Bobby Green stepping up on 10 days' notice to fight the best guy in the division. It's a short notice fight, so it is at a catch weight. This is 160 pounds instead of 155 pounds, and I don't think that is any factor whatsoever for either one of these guys. We just watched Bobby Green. He just dismantled Nasrat Haqparast at UFC 271. He was a step ahead the entire time. His boxing was incredibly clean. Bobby Green is a busy striker. He's got that showboat, hands at his waist style. He's got great volume, incredible defense, and solid wrestling as a backup plan. He seems to be hitting his prime right now at 35 years old. He's got solid back-to-back wins and the most amount of confidence he has ever had in his career. He has a solid 72% takedown defense, and he will need every single bit of that in this matchup. Islam Makhachev is most likely the best guy in the entire division. He's an insane wrestler. He's got very good hands. His grappling is aggressive, and he's always looking to advance, punish, or finish. He doesn't just coast with the wrestling and look for a decision. We've mentioned this in previous breakdowns. Javier Mendez, the American Kickboxing Academy coach, has gone on record and said that the only time he's ever seen Khabib lose rounds is against Islam Makhachev in training. And Islam Makhachev is absolutely the real deal. This is a very interesting fight because, and you guys are going to get mad at me for this, because yes, Islam is an absolute killer, but let's look at who he's been killing. His last win was short notice over Dan Hooker, who didn't seem to care at all that he lost that fight. Before that, it was Thiago Moises, who's just a pure grappler with okay hands for the most part. Before that was Drew Dober, who's just a straight-up striker. And if you just keep going through that list, he basically has destroyed every single person, but they're not ranked. None of them have been ranked in the top 10. Dan Hooker's the closest person to a top 10 ranking, and that was a short notice fight. And, he has had a hit or miss career at best. But then when you look at somebody like a Justin Gaethje, because we had that battle of who gets the next title shot, it's got to be Islam, right? Well, then you look at a Justin Gaethje and see who he's beaten and how he's beaten them, top guys in the world. It is very different. So, and I'm not saying that to disparage Islam, but I am saying that for some context here. Like, I agree, Islam could be one of the best guys in the division, or he could honestly be the best lightweight that has ever existed, but he hasn't fought anybody at any level yet. He's destroying everybody they give him, and that is his job. But Bobby Green is by far his toughest fight. Bobby Green will be the toughest fight that he has ever had, and I think he absolutely dismantles Bobby Green. I think he blows through Bobby Green. Islam is absolutely my pick. I think he has the striking to, Bobby Green's definitely the better striker, but Islam has enough striking to not get smoked, and then he's just going to wrestle and do whatever he wants to do with the wrestling. But again, this is his toughest test. Islam is not necessarily a proven entity just yet as far as beating guys in the top 5 are concerned. That's my little rant, even though I went ahead and picked him. And, sorry, I have a 2-unit parlay. I took Islam and Arman Saruki, and I smashed them together, and I got like minus 180 or something like that. What are your thoughts, Jakey?
Listen, let me preface this by saying I love Islam. I love him as a fighter. I love him as a person. That dude is absolutely hilarious, and I hope that he improves his English and really comes out of his shell as he makes his run through the UFC, because he is hilarious, and I want people to see that side of him more. Watch those vlogs with Khabib and DC. The guy throws one-liners out there that are just absolutely hilarious. So I love Islam. With that being said, I got to tread this guy. I got to be delicate with this. If Bobby Green had a full fight camp versus Islam, if he had a full camp, he would have been my lock of the week. I'm telling you right now, if he had a full camp for this fight, he would be my lock of the week. Short notice, I don't love it. But if there was ever anyone outside of the top guys in the division, obviously you got Gage, you got Oliveira, you got all those guys up there. If there was anyone ever outside of those top 5 guys to beat Islam, it's going to be Bobby Green. I mean, it's just going to be Bobby Green. He is just set up perfectly for this fight. Nobody is set up more perfect for this fight than Bobby Green outside of the top guys. Obviously, Oliveira, whatever. But the guy has the best defensive or the best grappling defense you could ever have, and that is pressure and volume. He will just get in your face, and correct me if I'm wrong, the hardest thing to do is take a shot when you're moving backwards, right? You're constantly moving backwards, hard to time a shot, it's hard to take a shot.
He's not going to move backwards. He's just going to drop and shoot, and that's the end of it.
No, and this gets me to the next point. So, and obviously Bobby Green, I think his pressure gets to him. The first strike that Islam is going to get hit with is going to be a jab that's going to hit him square in the nose. And Islam is going to think to himself, where the hell did that come from? You cannot train against guys that strike like Bobby Green. We saw a strike. He's one of the best boxers in the UFC. His hands are low. His strikes come from weird angles. People can't see him. And Islam, it could get him in trouble because Islam is a very proud person. They believe in him and Khabib. They believe in their abilities from top to bottom. And you saw Khabib kind of get caught up in that striking game with Conor. Everyone said Conor can outstrike Khabib. Conor's can outstrike Khabib. And he wanted to prove a point that he could outstrike Conor. And he kind of did. I mean, he got crap. He dropped Conor, but he was kind of outstriking him at moments. Everyone is saying Bobby Green, short nose. He could outbox Islam. Obviously, he's a big favorite. Everyone thinks Islam should win. My pick's going to be Islam. I'm not going to pick Bobby Green, but I'm just saying, if there was ever anyone that could beat Islam outside that top 5, it's going to be Bobby Green. I think that Islam might try to stand and prove a point that I can strike. I think he can get him to the ground, obviously. I think he's going to win the fight. He should win the fight. But if there was ever a guy, I'm going to keep saying it, and I did put a half unit. I could not put a half unit. I mean, that's why I got the gold change. I could not put a half unit at Bobby Green at plus, I think it's 550 now. I don't know what the opening odds were, but if this was a full camp, man, I swear to God, I would have put Bobby Green as my lock of the week. My pick is Islam. He should win the fight, but I'm rooting for Bobby Green all the way in this fight, and I think he's going to surprise some people, and he's going to beat up Islam's face.
I'm rooting for you were a little dramatic there. I'm rooting for a good fight because it's better for the division if Islam wins. Islam losing is not great for the division, right? We need somebody to really mix things up, go in there, fight some of those top guys. They've already all fought each other, so it'll be nice to get some fresh blood all the way up there. So I want Islam to win. I think he absolutely blows through Bobby Green. But I do think Bobby Green will make it a fun fight. I think he'll get taken down and not care. Get back up, throw hands. You know what I mean? But
yeah, he's one of those guys too that the second you try to take him down, he just will start elbowing you, punching you. He's gonna be a fun guy.
Well, what's really funny though is Islam is gonna blow through Bobby Green. I don't think that necessarily changes my narrative of who has Islam beaten. Bobby Green's not a ranked guy. He's not a ranked guy. Bobby Green has lost to Thiago Moises, who I just said was Thiago Moises is mostly it's interesting. I think Islam is absolutely the future of the division. I think he's amazing, but let's reel ourselves in a little bit and let's look at his actual body of work. And he's done everything he's supposed to do. They tell him to fight somebody, he fights him, he beats him. And I love that he's finally getting recognition and he's getting tougher opponents that are a level up. Because I am curious to see what happens. If he just blows through Bobby Green, then great. That's literally what he is supposed to do. He is a minus 800 favorite. He is supposed to burn Bobby Green. He's absolutely supposed to. And I think he does. I would be curious to watch him strike for a little bit and then, go ahead and grapple from there. But anyway, we're both picking Islam.
Well, and let me just say too, my pick, I would be more confident in Bobby Green as a person too if he just had a little bit of power, man. If he just had a little bit of power, I'd feel better. Because we saw Islam get flash knocked out before. Bobby Green, I think, is going to be able to hit Islam in the striking whenever he wants. He just really doesn't have that power that's going to be able to finish Islam. If he had that power, I would be really all in on Bobby Green in this matchup because I think his hands are that good. I think his boxing is that good, but just doesn't have that knockout power really.
Yeah, I mean, it's I like the main event. I actually think I like this more than Islam versus Beneil. Because I think Islam, I think matchup wise, I think Bobby Green's a more interesting matchup than Beneil. Because Beneil's a grappler with just like okay wrestling.
Yeah,
Where
and
Bobby
Dariush
Green's not even
literally,
going to try to wrestle.
yeah, and Dariush literally said, "I'm not scared of Islam. I can do anything he can do." It's like, no, you can't.
No, you
So if
can't.
this fight
Yeah.
gets around, nobody's going to beat Islam on the ground. So
Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's a fun main event. I actually like this better than the previous booked main event with Beneil Dariush. But good for Bobby Green. He's stepping up on short notice. This is the most popular he's ever been, and he hopefully will continue to get more popular. Guy's great, good for him. But it will not be his night. The pick is Islam. I told you I did that parlay, and I think he's a solid parlay piece. Although he's minus 800 now, I got him. I think I parlayed him when he was minus 600, which is still absurd. But, grab him, Nunes, and Armin Sarukian, and all of a sudden, maybe you get some decent odds out of that. Anyway, go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners. Make a deposit with any of them or all of them, and I'll send you $50 each. You make a deposit with all 5, I send you $250. It's that easy. Keep the conversation going on our Discord. We have a free Discord. Nothing we do for you costs money. Everything we do is free. We make all of our money through affiliates. So click links, sign up for things, support the channel that way. But we don't charge you for anything. We have a free Discord. Take the conversations there.